Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. It is the last Saturday in July. The season is going quickly. Yeah, it's moving very fast. I am so happy to wake up this morning to see the ground wet, that it rained early this morning. It has been very, very dry here in my urban English style cottage garden here in the Northeast Zone 6 in the Boston area. We have been experiencing drought-like weather, hot temperatures in the 90s. So it is so beautiful to wake up and see things moist and ready, seeing the plants vibrant. I do love my deck. It has been such a pleasure to be able to be close up to the plants. And to see them flourish. I am really impressed with this container. How the petunias are just brimming over, as well as the impatiens, with life and color. As you can see, the watering can is close by, so I've been watering it and maintaining its look with fertilizer and water, and so it is happy here on the deck area. But also, since Wednesday, when we had our Wednesday gathering, live growing together session, and I created this bouquet or arrangement of zinnias and these yellow flowers, daisy-like flowers here, that they have maintained their look, which is good. And so I'm waking up to these colors, which are so beautiful. This filler here is euonymus that I cut from the front garden, the euonymus. And it's made a really great filler in this arrangement. I love the colors of the zinnias here. And these zinnias came from my cut flower garden area where I had self-sown these seeds, direct sowed the seeds, but I saved the seeds from last year's zinnias, and I selected these particular ones. And I am so happy to see the different color variations and the style. So it does work, being selective and picking seeds and saving them. It's something that I'm going to continue to do for this year as well, and be even more selective. I love this pink. I love the fullness of it. I think this is considered the cactus style. And here it is in this color. More of an orange or tangerine. Very pretty. This is what the garden looks like right now. It's a little beat up from the heat, and the leaves are a little exhausted. Some of the hostas are a little burned on the edges, the tips there. But overall, it looks good because my husband has been very diligent in watering on a regular basis. And this is how we water. We have two hoses, one on this side of the garden and one on the other. And we water at night. In the evenings he waters, and it's really been working on keeping the garden as hydrated as possible. And I think that it's paid off because the impatiens are still looking beautiful. And this side here, this bed, is looking great too. Now the plants that you see shriveled up here, these were the Johnny Jump Ups, and they just shriveled up. They couldn't take the heat, but the petunias are doing well. And this plant here, this is purple perilla, and it's edible as well, but I love it. It was given to me, just one slip, one plant was given to me by a gardening friend from the local gardening community garden, and I brought it home, put it in the ground, and it became big like this, and it's self-seeded, and each year now it just self-seeds all over the garden. And I love it because it adds a different coloration to the garden, that variation of the different leaves. And I've noticed that people are looking for this type of color leaf to add to their gardens. And here I have it automatically through the purple perilla, which looks so beautiful. And I didn't even have to plant it. It self-seeded itself here. Isn't that pretty? But what I have done is helped out the purple perilla by transplanting it and moving it to where I want it to be. So in this bed, it had grown a patch here, and I just transplanted some these here and just put them in this bed so that they can grow up and add like a barrier for these annuals, but also add some color. I am happy to report that the zinnias that I put in this bed from my Dollar Tree seeds that I had sown in a container are now starting to bloom. The cleome was actually first to bloom in this section, and I cut them back so that they can branch out and create more. And so they're coming back, and I love the color of the pink cleome with the pink zinnias. The other flower or annual that is here in this bed, this is amaranth. And I seeded the amaranth also in a container, and now it is starting to flower in the garden. Isn't that a pretty pink? So this bed is about to unfold and to bloom and blossom, and it is beautiful. I have just been diligent in watering it so that we can have these flowers for this month of August. Here is where I cut the zinnias that were on the deck, and it is a good thing to do, especially for cut flowers. These zinnias are cut and come again flowers, and so the more that you cut them, the more that they will return. I think that this is just a beautiful look here with the impatiens at the bottom, the zinnias, the next level, and then the pop of purple from the purple perilla along with our variegated grass. It looks really great with the pot here in the center, the container. And then I have those marsh yellow flowers, yellow glory flowers, something like that. Every year I figure it out what it is, and I just don't remember the name of the particular yellow flower, but it's so beautiful, and it comes every year at around this time. I am so glad that these bee balm decided to grow in here. I thought that I lost them, but they are finishing up. So we will cut them back, and hopefully they may come back again. Who knows? It might be the end of them, but this is just really beautiful, this space. Now, the color selection here is varied. We have the light colors, but then we also have the light pinky colors, I should say, of the pink family, the red family. And then we have the more deep, rich colors as well. So I am going to continue to be selective when I choose which seeds that I want to save. I want to save more of this light pink, and I may just dig up this plant and transplant it into the front garden, and I'll show you where, because that's what I've done. I've transplanted some of the zinnias from here now that I'm able to see the color, and move them to the front garden, and they're actually doing very well there. This is a pretty purple. For some reason the blooms are kind of small, and I'm wondering if it is because they are so closely together. But what I am going to do is add some garden tone and give them some more feeding. So maybe that will help to make them a little more bigger in bloom. This is so pretty. I really love the pastels. Check this one out too. Very pretty. And this one, wow. Oh, I love this too. My David Austin rose has been blooming. This is Olivia Rose Austin, and this is her first year in the garden, and I put her in this pot, and she has been blooming steadily. You know, a couple of roses here and there. I've actually cut back some of them, and withstanding the heat, but it's so beautiful here, and I am wondering what I'm going to do with it, because I did put it in the pot, but I believe that I'm going to transplant it and put it in the ground. I think it will look pretty here amongst the hostas. The only thing is that it needs to get a little bit bigger, because it's kind of elevated. So what I might have to do is to build up the center of the space there, and then transplant the rose in that spot. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking that I may have to do. But I am so pleased with it. It is totally different from all of my other roses in the garden. It's just very, very gentle, and it's held up to this spot. You know, it's healthy and it looks good. So I think that it's going to continue to have this location. Now I'm in the city, so it is early morning and people are flying. Yes, they are. I have to say that I am very impressed with this elephant ear. I got this from Costco. They were 9 in the bag, 9 of the different tubers. And I planted them in this pot. And at the time, it just seemed like it was taking a very long time for them to show up. But it has. And I am truly impressed with the leaves of this elephant ear. Look, my hand in it. And I believe that if I continue to save the tubers and plant them next year, they will get larger and larger. This is just beautiful. I have some more over here, and this is looking good too. Yeah. Usually with these yellow flowers, they usually fill up this whole area with the yellow blooms, and they're thick and big, but because of the drought experience, the flowers are smaller. But I still think they make a good backdrop for the elephant ear here in the pot. This one is suffering. I don't know why, but I see new leaves coming up, so that is a good thing. And then this is alyssum, sweet alyssum, that I planted in with it. Well, we still have a lot more summer left, the whole month of August. So we'll see what happens and how things recover, especially if we get more rain like we did last night. If it could just rain every single day, or rain, for a couple of hours, or just rain once, 3 or 4 times in the week, it would be just beautiful. Now here's my purple phlox. Usually they are big and full, but because of the lack of rain, the purple phlox, the flowers are small. So what I'm going to do next year, in the spring, is divide them and put them in different parts of the garden. I have 2 batches, one here and one over here. And you really can't see them, especially if I'm going to do this style here of trellising. So what I think I'm going to do is divide. I'm going to leave some there, but I'm going to divide it and put it in the upper garden so that it'll have more space, but then also it can add color for this time of the year, because this is so pretty. Very, very pretty, the color. And this purple phlox is an heirloom of phlox given to me by my childhood pastor from the church that I grew up on. They had a garden, and he was out there gardening, and I said, can you give me a piece of that phlox? Can I have some of that? That's so pretty, so I could put it in my garden. And he did, and I put it on the other side of the yard, and it grew pretty big, and I was able to divide it and bring it over here. And so it does hold some significance for me. I'm excited about this flower, perennial purple phlox. Thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. I do love the garden, and I'm happy to see the zinnias really show up in the garden. And for more videos, come on and connect with me. This is still the beginning. We still have the full month of August to explore as we say goodbye to July. We still have the month of August to enjoy the garden, and also into September to harvest, and October as well. So come and enjoy this time with me of growing, harvesting, and enjoying the beauty of the summer garden here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Have a wonderful day. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.